everyone! Matt Haywood here from EntertainmentBuddha.com, finally back with an OG cast. Yes, people, I know it's been about a month, and you've had to sit through the no pun intended cast, which is fine. We love our NFL, most of us. But I know you've been kind of missing out on some of the geeky talk, so I am here, and our buddy down south is here as well, Anna Febo. Nice to have you on the cast, Anna. How you doing?
I'm good.
Fantastic. So we are here to just kind of have a powwow, if you will, about Halo 5 Guardians, right? So it came out this Tuesday to the public. I've had it for a while now, courtesy of Microsoft. You know, you guys saw my videos and commented how shitty of a player I am and how much I suck and that I blow and that I should die and that it's unfair that sucky players like me get games early. But hey, you know what? That's what you get when you're the Entertainment Buddha haters, so bring it.
There was the one comment. I was watching one of the streams, and then it was the one comment of, well, it's people like you that make multiplayer not fun because you get the advantage over people who have to wait until
I don't even know what he was talking about.
It really doesn't make a difference because if it's only review copies out, it's like...
Right. It was me, other media, and most media sucks, period, and pros. So I was basically getting my ass hammered, drilled. I mean, I had like 0.1 KD in some of these matches where it'd be all pros. So don't worry about it. There are no advantages. Yes, I get it early. And yes, I'm not a great player, but so what? Get over it. Don't watch. Hit stop. Who cares? Because guess what? I can disable comments. It's not that big a deal. I don't really care. If you guys want to start hating on stuff, disable. That's the power of running the channel. So, yeah, anyway, so the game's been out for a few days now. I think the world finally has processed it. Obviously, a huge hype machine behind Halo 5 Guardians coming into it. To be expected. I mean, Halo is obviously one of the most iconic video game franchises in all of video game history, which is pretty impressive when you think that the franchise didn't even kick off till 2001. So I hold Master Chief up there with Super Mario in terms of mascots for a brand. I mean, Halo is Microsoft. Microsoft is Halo, obviously. They, run 343. They bought the franchise. So big hype machine, lots of marketing going into it. But did it pay off in the end, Anna? What would you say? I mean, when you finally popped in the disc and it installed and you could put down Destiny, what did you think? Not what you think now, but just right when you popped it in, you saw that opening cutscene, and then bam, you were down there on the planet for the first mission as Team Osiris. How'd that make you feel?
It felt good to be back, not gonna lie. It's been a while. I mean, I haven't touched Halo in a while, but it felt good to see Spartans and Covenant and all that, and it was nice. I mean, the opening scene was pretty awesome.
It's pretty great, isn't it?
But I gotta say, the blue team's entrance scene was probably 10 times better than Team Osiris.
Did you notice how, and I know this had to be done on purpose, but I mean, obviously those missions are back to back. Did you notice how blue team's grand entrance was kind of meant to mimic Team Osiris's? They both kind of make jumps and use their thrusters on their suits. But like you said, obviously the Chiefs team trumps it by doing it in space and then flying through the Argent Moon Oni space station while jettisoning a few Covenant out the airlock window before it could lock down. So no, I agree. I think Osiris, they had a very acrobatic entrance for the first mission. And I like how kind of almost seamlessly integrates right into the gameplay. Did you notice that? How, it's all cinematics at the beginning. It's like bam, 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 bam. And then when they make their jump, it cuts to black, but then you're right in there falling down as Locke getting ready to play.
Yep.
So, and how about those visuals, though? I mean, honestly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get over how just beautiful this game is. I mean, beautiful, it doesn't even begin to describe what you're seeing. It's just this eye candy, and the movements are so seamless, and just the sound effects and everything. It's like when I played the beta for Black Ops, I kind of like felt the same way. Like visually it was something different, and it's nice to see that the visuals are getting better. And I have to commend 343 on getting the hair right on these players because it looks real.
No, you're not lying. I mean, there, and I know sometimes we sensationalize stuff, but when you're watching some of those cutscenes, if you like glance away and look and just glance at the screen for a second, you could be mistaken to think that you're watching live people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's that well done,
Yeah.
and we saw hints of that in Halo 4, and that was on the damn 360, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, obviously 343 has squeezed every ounce out of that Xbox One, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't even think it's going out on a limb. It is the best game, period. Looking production value. I like that you brought up sound because we can touch on that too. But as far as visuals, 1080p across the board, 60 FPS across the board. No other game on the Xbox One has those stats, those specs. I don't think any other game on the Xbox One has looked this good. What do you think?
Nope, it has not.
I would even say, especially because of the 60 FPS, it may be one of the best looking current gen console titles to date, and that's PS4 and Xbox One. I think PS4 has had some better looking games overall than the Xbox One, but as far as the resolution, the textures, the lighting, the frames per second, I think Halo 5 Guardians could be technically the best game we've gotten to play on either console.
It reminded me of when The Hobbit came out and how like it was 24 frames per second. Like if you saw it at IMAX.
Oh yeah, totally.
How, like it was like that's what it reminded me of. Like,
It is. I mean, the 60 FPS, it's an acquired taste for most games. I mean, it definitely works better in video games than, say, a TV show or as, you found out in the movies. I mean, a lot of people hated that high frame rate movie because it is so different looking and it has that, what they call the soap opera effect. But in games, especially in an FPS, 60 FPS is the only way to go. And it does look a little weird, but it's so damn smooth and fluid. I mean, you could sit there and wave the gun back and forth. There could be 30 enemies on screen plus your AI teammates, and it wouldn't stutter at all.
Nope. I thought that maybe at some point there was going to be some sort of lag or some sort of glitching, but I haven't experienced that at all. No lag, no glitches, no nothing. I'm just playing,
it was
continuously playing through.
Silky smooth. I mean, I didn't see one little stutter from start to finish, and I haven't seen any in multiplayer. I haven't even had multiplayer lag connection-wise yet, but we'll get to multiplayer next. So the other thing you brought up was the sound, which I too agree. I think this is it is the best sounding Halo game, but again, probably one of the best sounding video games to date. I hate throwing all these mega awards on Halo 5 because I'm not really saying it's probably the best game of the year. I don't know, but that sound was ridiculous. Like all the things they did with the weapon reports, like all the guns now sound different but more lifelike. The chatter, how do you love, I don't know if you played any multiplayer yet, but if you're in Warzone, all the just random chatter from the AI guys and people like, hey, let's go over this base, and it's not humans saying that, it's the AI like, hey, let's do this. Or when you call someone to pick you up in the campaign, they're like, all right, chief, I'm coming. They heal you. So yeah, I mean, and obviously the music, it's not Marty was it O'Donnell? Martin O'Donnell was the original guy, or is it Odell? I forget. The guy that invented the iconic Halo theme song, obviously, but this new guy was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm digging the soundtrack. I'm really liking the grunts in this game.
They're so good. They're so good. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the random chatter from the AI guys. If you sometimes just come into an area where there's grunts, try not to start blasting them. Just listen.
Just listen. Yeah, listen to what they're saying.
Because I heard one. It was on the second mission where you're with the blue team and you're on that Argent Moon space station, and one of the grunts is like, "Today, I'm gonna kill 3 humans." Like he gets all excited, like he's actually gonna be able to kill someone. And we all know that grunts are just Halo's cannon fodder. I mean, they don't kill anybody. Nope. So, It is good. And then the elites, obviously, they've always had dialogue. There's a little different because it's interesting. We have the Arbiter's elites in this game. And by the way, there's going to be light spoilers moving forward. Nothing about the end game because Anna's not there yet, but light spoilers at least through the first 10 missions. So there's your warning. Spoilers. Um,
We do. Spoiler alert.
where the hell was I going with that? I just got sidetracked. Dropping the
We were
spoiler
talking about
alert.
the elites and
Oh
the
yeah, well,
conversation. Like we were talking about
right.
the sounds.
There's
Yeah.
two factions of elites in Halo 5. You have the Arbiter's elites. So if you remember, the Arbiter was the guy that essentially got the first Halo ring blown up. He went back to High Charity where, those asshole little Yoda looking long neck things banished him and kicked him out of his captaincy and essentially made him the arbiter so they could go do their bidding behind the scenes. He realized that they were all full of shit and that the Great Journey was a crock of shit, and him and the Chief kind of became buddies through weird circumstances in Halo 2, and then he just kind of went on and led a civil war on Sanghelios, which is the planet of the Sangheli, who are the elites. It's against the Covenant forces that are still there. So, yeah, I mean, you have the Arbiter's elites. They have their certain dialogue. Like, it's mainly like, we hate the Covenant, and Julim Dama is a shithead, stuff like that. And then the Covenant elites obviously are still talking about the humans and the Arbiter's elites. So, yeah, it's just the production value overall of Halo 5 Guardians is a 10 out of 10. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the AI works well when you command them. Okay, I'm not going to say they're very smart and will go out and fight targets for you if you don't tell them to.
Yeah, I used that a couple times because I found myself in a few sticky situations with the Promethean Knight, and I'm just kind of like, all right, target that knight, and it was kind of like do 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 do. I'm just gonna run over here. Then I'm going to go over there. And then I'll start shooting the knight.
Yeah, they take their time. And if you don't and what we're talking about, if you haven't played it yet, Halo 5 is introduced. You now have, it's not just you're like 8 Master Chiefs anymore. It's individual Spartans. So for Team Osiris, you can be Locke, Val, Tanaka, or Buck. And if you're just playing by yourself, you're going to be Locke, and then the AI will take over the other 3. And now you can actually command them kind of like a Ghost Recon. Very light commands. Essentially, if you use the top button on the D-pad, if you're aiming at an enemy, they'll go attack it. If you're aiming at a vehicle or a gun, they'll wield it or equip it. Or if you're just aiming at a blank area, they'll run there. And then you can also use them to heal you, which is key. I mean, I think that feature is fantastic. It saves so many checkpoint restarts, especially if you run in like an asshole, guns a-blazing into a fresh battle zone. You're like, oops, probably shouldn't have done that. You can typically rely on one of your compadres to come and pick you up by hitting the X button, which I loved. So you do have control over your AI team, but like Anna said, if you don't give them commands, period, they're brain dead. I mean, they are as retarded as it gets.
Well, it's not as bad as Cat and Halo Reach, but they're pretty bad.
But if you actually do target someone, they'll get there. They'll kind of take their time, but they will kill it for you if you want them to. And Anna's right. Those knights, and that's the other thing that's impressive, is the AI across the board. I mean, friendly AI as well as the enemy AI is super advanced now. The Promethean knights are a bitch.
God.
Bitch.
And it's like, and I remember using Scattershot in Halo 4 thinking, oh man, this gun is like super awesome. And using it now in Halo 5, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, with
like,
the
it's
knights,
not doing any damage.
you have to work down their armor now. Like, you have to pop off their armor parts by hitting those glowy things, or they'll just bullet sponge it up all day long. Like, you cannot take them on face to face and just expect to blast them. You have to get some of the armor down. And how about the hunters now?
Oh my god.
The hunters are ridiculous. I mean, they may be the toughest enemy. I mean, on normal, I'll be honest, people, this game is super easy. It's one of the easiest Halos I played on normal, and I've started a little bit on legendary and haven't found it to be too bad. A, because I can use my AI teammates as shields and to pick me up. But yeah, normal, it's super easy. But even the hunters and the knights on normal can give you a fit. I mean, the hunters, Yeah, we used to be like, oh, I'll just spam grenades at them. Fuck no. Now
Nope.
they'll literally take their shield as a grenade comes at them and bat it back at you
Yep.
like, hey, go fuck yourself, buddy. You chew on this plasma grenade. I don't want to play with it right now. And they have 2 attacks now. They can shoot essentially their plasma missile, but they also
Yep.
have that, yeah, essentially a Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's like an auto rifle
Yeah,
type
and
thing.
they'll
Yeah.
coordinate it where one will be shooting the
Mm-hmm.
missiles at you, the other one will be, Gatling gunning you while you're trying to throw grenades at them, and they're both swatting them away like a baseball.
Yep.
So, like I said, production, technical, design, development, Halo 5 really knocked it out of the park. I mean, they finally showed that the Xbox One can churn out some pretty impressive looking video games that also behave properly and don't break and all that fun stuff. Now, in terms of the campaign, and this is where there's been a lot of, I wouldn't say controversy. I think overall most people have accepted Halo 5 and enjoyed it. I'm seeing a lot of scores in the 80, 90 range. I've seen a few perfects. I think that's a little much, and trust me, I'm the first one to tell you I would have loved to give this game a perfect, but I just couldn't based on the campaign. So again, they're not gonna be heavy spoilers. It'll be light ones. I'm just gonna make my case for why I think it's one of the most lackluster campaigns. I'm not gonna say it like some people are saying it's fucking terrible and it's the worst. That's being a little ridiculous. But it is a bit lackluster for a few reasons. A big one is it's the middle entry of a trilogy, and
Yep.
I mean there is a syndrome for these type of franchises. When you're in the middle, you typically don't have a clear ending. So if you remember Halo 2, expect something similar in Guardians. And I know some people are bent about that. I mean, I knew it was coming. I just felt like overall the whole campaign is just too damn short. And Anna was just talking about it before we got online. But, I mean, she, like me, is finding you can complete most missions in under 30 minutes.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that's not typical, right? I mean, most other Halo games.
For a Halo game.
Most other
it's
Halo
not.
games, went about 45 to an hour per mission. Isn't that what you
Yep.
kind of have felt like?
Yep. I mean, and that's even, on normal. I mean, if you're just kind of taking your time, like, going through it. But I have not felt that way at all. It's just, it's kind of disappointing in that aspect because I know there's 15 missions. And right now I'm on I just finished mission 10 and it took me about 4 hours. So that says a lot right there to go from 1 to 10, 4 hours.
No, without a doubt. I mean, I
Yeah.
told you when I looked at the end, I looked at my service record, 5 hours, 10 minutes to beat the game on normal. And that's because a lot of the missions, they're linear, they're straightforward. I don't really care about that. That's fine. I just think there needed to be more content, more missions, because some of them you literally can run through the whole damn map and not fight a damn enemy. Especially the vehicle missions. I mean, there's a few. Obviously, it's a Halo game. You're going to get a Warthog mission. You're going to get a Scorpion mission. You're going to get a Mantis mission. And a lot of those, especially if you're on the Warthog, you just zoom right through the whole damn thing and beat it in 15 minutes.
But even on the mission where you first get the Warthog, I didn't even get on it. I just had my team get on it.
Oh, that's always comical to watch those jokers try to drive it themselves. It looks like a bunch of drunk people on a Friday night after happy hour.
Well, the best is when you're the one on the turret and your AI is driving for you because they just kind of they start but then they stop.
Oh yeah.
And then they go back and then just I'm gonna go left. No, I'm gonna go right. No. I'm just gonna turn around.
I was streaming that part when I was on it, and they're like, "Let Buck drive, let Buck drive." I'm like, "All right." So I got out and let Buck in, and sure as shit,
God, he's the worst.
He's like, Yep. It reminded me of that scene in the first Austin Powers where he gets stuck in that corridor with that go-kart, where he's like, back up, and that's literally how Buck was driving. So but
that's exactly what happened when I was playing. I'm like, all right, I'll let one of them drive, and it ended up being Buck, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It's
fantastic.
You're like, here. Yeah, man, go that way, and you're like, he's got it, and then he'll just make a 90-degree turn, huh? I wonder what part of his programming just told him to do that. I mean, did he see like a grunt to the left and he wanted to go run it over, or what's going on here?
That's what I would love to know. I would love to ask, one of these programmers, like, how did you decide this? How do you determine that at this point when he makes this turn, he's just gonna say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go the other way." Like, what's I don't get it. And it's every single Halo game, or at least any game with an AI. They just suck.
Yeah, they're not very good drivers, without
No.
a doubt. Without a doubt. So, like I said, my biggest issue with the campaign, first off, I think the marketing behind the game was brilliant. I know a lot of people are like, everything you showed us in the marketing and all the TV spots really doesn't even apply to the game. And I kind of
Well,
applaud that because like movies these days, or even most video games, by the time they come out, with all the trailers and shit we've seen, we
yeah,
already know everything.
yeah,
So it was kind of nice to go in the Halo 5 thinking one thing, because I mean, I'll be honest, I absolutely had a hate for Agent Locke because of thinking of what his agenda may be against the Master Chief. Because when we first found out about this character, he's very mysterious.
yep.
He showed up in the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition in the prologue and epilogue, and he seemed real shady, like, hey, I'm hunting the Chief, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, man, this guy's a fucking dick. What the hell could the Chief have done that this guy's trying to hunt him down and possibly kill him? Didn't you think that it was going to come down to, like, the climax was going to be Chief versus Locke?
Yeah, I kind of got that impression, and I mean, in a way, I liked the idea that the marketing was going both ways. It was, you know, are you rooting for Master Chief, or are you rooting for Locke? Like, I like that they came out with two different types of marketing in that aspect, because again, like, when they showed the teaser for Halo 5, it's just one of those big, I mean, they look like the Kraken, but from the, oh my god, what are they called? And I've just been playing this and I don't even remember their names.
The Guardians?
Like the Guardians, I
Yeah.
think it is. And like, he's out in the desert, and or what looks like the desert, and it comes up out of the ground. I mean, and we know he's looking for Cortana, but then when you throw in Locke, and it's like, well, are you on Chief's side or are you on Locke's side? And then when you play, like, that aspect of the marketing then starts to make sense. But they
The,
kind of made it seem like it was like propaganda, like,
yeah. No, totally. And it did. It does really kind of keep you not focused on what the actual plot becomes, which we
right.
won't go in major detail, but back to what you're saying, all the pre-stuff. Do you remember the very first tease for Halo 5, the one you said with the Chief in the desert wearing that cloak?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
fuck was that? I mean,
Yeah.
that actually doesn't have any involvement, or it doesn't show up at all in the game. I mean, I
Nope.
think that was just like pre-concept shit that they threw out there because
Yep.
that is a Guardian that popped out that you do find out in Halo 5, but Chief wasn't going around looking for Guardians. He was doing typical UNC shit until one of his former lady loves hits him up in a trippy sequence saying, hey, dude, come to this planet.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, the way that all happened. I'm like, oh no, like, I fall
The
down.
reclamation has begun!
Oh man, I was like, what is going on? Like, and I kind of got an idea from the marketing that this was definitely going to be a different Halo game, and playing it, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, to me it feels dark. I mean, I felt
Oh yeah, no, it's dark. It's definitely dark. I mean, you could
I'm
say all the games have had kind of a dark narrative because it's all set in war, and your
yeah.
civilizations are getting waxed in a second. I mean, at the end of Halo 4, the Didact is able to compose a whole fucking city of people, millions of people, and dead in a second. But
Yep.
no, you're right. I mean, it's because you're not the fucking chief. I mean, let's just break it out there. That's my biggest problem with it. It's not that I'm not the chief the whole time. You literally play as Blue Team in 3 fucking
Yeah.
missions. 3 missions out of 15, you play as the poster boy for the franchise. And that, coming back to the whole thing of why that I don't think the campaign is one of the best, it's just the blue team was shortchanged big time. I know they wanted to establish Locke and this new cast of characters to, kind of progress the narrative into the next movie and probably more expanded universe stuff, but you got to give the Chief some time. And that's why I really feel like the game was missing about 2 to 3 hours of content, which would have allowed the 343 and the storytellers over there to kind of show more of the Chief's perspectives, because literally what's up by mission 2, why Chief goes rogue, and then why Locke is sent after him. They have a little boxing match early on. The Chief gets away. We figure out where he goes and what the hell's going on with his buddy, his AI, former AI. But then it really, it just gets towards the end, and it's like, damn, okay. I gotta stop here because Anna hasn't been there yet. But let's just say the Chief's narrative, there's plenty of plot holes, because by the end he's just kind of like, oh yeah, no, trust me, I know what's going on. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And everyone's like, oh, okay. It's like, what? It was like, how did he get to that point? So.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I know I've seen a few people say, like, really? Like, that's how Halo 5 ends? Really? Like, come on. Like, that can't really be the way.
Oh, dude, it's Halo 2 times 10. It may be even more like just, because it's one of those things where you're only, again, 4 or 5 hours in, you're expecting another 2.5 hours of content, 3 hours of content, and things are just starting to get ramped up, and all the plot's exposed, and you got this character and this character, and this character's doing a role reversal, and you're like, all right, this is getting good. And it's like, hey, okay, come back for Halo 6 and see what really happens.
Right, and I have to say that, like, while I'm having fun playing, I'm definitely not engaged in the story.
Right.
And and even learning, like, okay, well, you're looking for Cortana, and bit of a spoiler, she's alive, but like, even then I thought, okay, great, like, story's just gonna get better from here. Nah, not really.
Yeah, it becomes pretty predictable in the end, and really the overall narrative is one that we've experienced in multiple other science fiction franchises, so it wasn't super original either.
And we kind of talked about this earlier, but it was just like the way that the story is presented. It, like, in my mind, it's almost like the characters that I loved, they're kind of getting ruined. I don't know. It's just like the way that you learn of how things are happening. It's like, well, that's not how I remember that character to be. So why are they making a decision to do that with this character? It doesn't make sense, but I guess maybe once Halo 6 comes out, it will make sense. But to me right now, I'm not feeling the characters or what they're doing. At all.
Yeah, I guess one thing I want to know more about is how the fuck did Chief get back with his homies, the Spartan 2s? Yeah. They just come out of nowhere. Supposedly that's fleshed out in a comic or expanded universe stuff, and that's the other beef a lot of people are having with Halo 5's campaign, is like, you pretty much have to know a lot of the stuff from the books to really get an idea of exactly what's going on in Halo 5. And I somewhat disagree with that, because I think if you watch some of the terminals from Halo 4 and from the anniversary editions that kind of give a little history on the Forerunner race and the concept of the mantle of responsibility and how humanity is supposed to inherit that, but the Didact doesn't think they should, and that's why he tried to kill everyone in Halo 4.
Yep.
So the concept of the mantle plays heavy in Halo 5, but it goes down a familiar path of who should really inherit the mantle. And for those who don't know, the mantle is essentially a belief that one civilization is in charge of shepherding all others, and that means making them more advanced, but also keeping them in check, essentially blowing them the fuck out of the galaxy if they screw around. Mm-hmm. That's what the Guardians were built for, as you'll find out, is the Guardians were used to be sent to solar systems to keep them in check, not just a planet. So these things could literally regulate an entire solar system. That's how powerful they are, and scary if you think about it. So I mean, you and I know we've talked about it. We're geeks by birth, and we investigate lore outside of the standard video game. I mean, I've not read the Forerunner trilogy. I'd love to one day, but trust me, I've read Halopedia, Wikipedia, all this in-depth stuff on the Forerunners, the Didact, what the monitors. I mean, what people don't understand, those monitors like 343 Guilty Spark, those are actually, they used to be Forerunners that basically said, I want to be digitized and serve, essentially. And the other thing, I don't know if people realize, but the Prometheans used to be Forerunners or humans who were composed and digitized and put into the robot bodies. And the reason the Forerunners did that is because of the flood. And they're like, well, the flood can only attack organics. Yep. So if we just fucking make our soldiers robots, we can finally beat them. So there's your nerdy history Halo lesson. But you do need to know some of that going into Halo 5, without a doubt, because it does, the narrative does shift heavily to the whole concept of the mantle of responsibility, and how some Forerunners believed it was supposed to go a certain way, while others, like the Librarian, believed it was supposed to go another way. And now you got this whole other group of things, try not to spoil, that think it should go a certain way. So I don't know. In the end, it was fun. To me, it was more of like a just wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like I said, I've said it over and over, even on this cast. It needed about another 2 to 3 hours, in my opinion, to be a great Halo campaign. I just think it's mediocre, but that leads into what we'll talk about next, the multiplayer. So any final thoughts from you, Anna, on the campaign?
No. I mean, I would still recommend it,
Yeah, no, I mean, trust me, we're not shitting on it, people. I mean, I think one of the reasons I beat it in 5 hours, because I was compelled to keep playing to see what happened next. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to bullshit you there. Even if they call the story generic or not what it should have been, you still
want to know what happens.
Exactly. It was still like, I'd beat a mission and be like, oh shit, I'm going to play the next one. Oh my god, now I got to see what's going to happen now. Okay.
Well, the other thing too is the way that the game just kind of transitions is very seamless. So the only way you would know you are going on to the next mission is once the achievement pops. But if that achievement doesn't pop, there isn't a really clear-cut indication that you've started a new mission.
Right. Oh yeah, some of them flow.
It just just
right
keeps
into
going.
It.
Right.
You might fade to black for a second, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing that I think is really nice about how it was done. Like, story may not be great, but the way that all the missions just kind of flow together and everything transitions is great. No issues there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Halo 6 has the potential to be epic, just on how this one kind of sets it up.
Yeah. I mean, I know once I get to the end, and I'm going to be like, all right, well, I know I'm going to wish there was more to it, but I do agree with you. I think Halo 6 will probably, like, be some sort of epic conclusion. Are there even more coming out? I don't even know.
I mean, it's always been, at least from what I understand, once Halo 4 was announced, there was going to be a new trilogy. So there's at least going to be a 6, Halo 6.
So we know there's a 6. So if with 6, like, it's legitimately done, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like all or nothing.
Well, I mean, again, I know what's going down, and I'm not going to say anything, but based on what I've seen and where things are going, I think 6 almost has to be the end game for the franchise. I don't know where else they could go at this point, because by the end of 5, it's some serious shit happens. You're like, okay, well, I know what's going to be happening in 6, but if they resolve it, what other stories are there to be told?
The other thing, I mean, and this just, I mean, I like details and I like the small things, but it just, even like after Master Chief and Locke have their little confrontation and Chief's um, glass on the helmet gets cracked, it's almost like, okay, right, okay, you Locke, you got a good hit and you cracked the helmet, but to me it's just almost like it symbolizes like there's just more to him. And like I don't know, I mean, again, I could be like reading way too into it, but uh Master Chief has always been just such an interesting character from that aspect, because he's super soldier, he doesn't care, he doesn't have
Well, yeah, they
feelings.
don't.
And then all of a sudden in Halo 4 you just see like this completely different side of him, and you see him having more human like qualities. And yeah, in 5 he's going after Cortana, but I just feel like that cracked glass on his helmet is almost like a just symbolizes like maybe there's more, maybe he's falling apart, and maybe not really, maybe he's just starting to realize different things about himself. I don't know.
That's some
I,
deep shit, Anna.
yeah.
Some
Again.
deep, deep stuff. No,
I
but
don't,
I
and
mean, honestly, I think you're right. There probably was some sort of. I wouldn't even know the proper English term to use, but there is
right.
one for that.
It just feels like there's maybe in 6 maybe there could be a completely different side of him. Maybe we'll finally see what he looks like under the helmet.
Well, I mean, you got to see a little bit in Halo 4 if you beat on Legendary, literally like a glimpse of his eyes. So, I mean,
Right.
he is a human. But no, you're exactly right, because if you go back, or even if you bought the Super Edition, you got the Halo The Fall of Reach animated series, which I'm definitely watching probably tonight. I've been excited to check that out. But if you ever read the book, you'll understand why Halsey's considered a war criminal, and why certain people hate her, and why you almost have to appreciate her, because she is deep down the reason why the humans are still alive. I mean, let's be clear. She used Forerunner technology to invent Cortana. She was the one that started the Spartan program. She's the one that went out and stole kids from their families, which is how John, Kelly, Fred, and Linda all hooked up. I mean, they're Spartan 2s. They're the original crop. Like, Spartan 1s were basically failed experiments. Spartan 2s are the ones that were taken at birth and trained to only be soldiers. That's why the Spartan 2s are so much different than the Spartan 4s, which are Locke, Buck, Val, and Tanaka, which are all people that volunteered to go into the Spartan program, which had been improved at that point. It wasn't as barbaric as far as the experiments go. I mean, Chief's class, half of his class died just going through the experiments to make their bodies, 7 foot, 7'5".
Yep.
So that's why you're right. I want to know. Again, I want to know how the hell Chief got back up with his buddies. I mean,
Yeah.
that they showed that is his family, and they play
Yeah.
that up in Halo 5. Like,
Oh
they
yeah.
are family.
Well, I mean, was it Buck or Locke that said it? He's like, they're that's his family.
Yeah, it was one
Yeah.
of them. No, you're right.
Like that's why they're on that crazy mission with him. And
Yeah, I mean, that's why they said, hey, if John feels that we need to
yep.
go AWOL, then we're going with
Yep.
him, because John saved the fucking galaxy. I mean, the guy should
Yeah.
get a pass for anything. I
Yeah.
mean, I would have told Lasky, hey, Lasky, I saved your ass on Requiem. I've
Yep.
saved your ass on, so many occasions. Even before Requiem, I saved your ass in Halo 3. I chilled out in space for 4 years because I tried to sacrifice myself to save all of humanity at the end of the
Mhm.
third game. So,
Yep.
but you do want to know more about John, even though he's pretty much just been somewhat cardboard and emotionless. But this game,
Yep.
I think a lot. I mean, obviously, his motivations to break from the UNSC are personal. Like, he feels something for Cortana. He doesn't quite want to accept what he thinks going on, and he
Yeah.
has to see for himself. So, hopefully, we will get a little more behind the mask moving forward. Because I think the Chief, even as generic as he is, I think he's one of the most interesting video game characters out there. I mean, I love the whole universe of Halo. It's great. I mean, Microsoft throwing out there Halo's the Star Wars of video games. What the hell am I trying to say?
Very well, maybe.
That's why she's on the cast, people. I'm losing it. It's getting late on a Friday. My beer's wanting that happy. Or my Jesus, do you hear me? Gee, I'm gonna shut up and let you do the rest. My brain is looking for the beer, which is why I'm starting to talk like a dummy.
Yep, because he's got beer on the brain.
Holy shit. All right, let's just end the campaign segment on that note and move quickly on the multiplayer. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of people can overlook the campaign in Halo because a lot of people just play it for the multiplayer. And I have to tell you, 343 has really crafted a gem of a multiplayer component in Halo 5. I mean, the introduction of the Warzone mode and the introduction of the Req system completely alter the Halo multiplayer formula, but the arena kind of maintains the addictiveness and the multiplayer action that, you know, people were drawn to Halo in the first place. So I don't know, have you had a chance to play any multiplayer yet outside of the beta or just campaign?
No, because if I'm not playing Halo, you know exactly
that's
what I'm
right,
playing.
I forgot. Everyone, just in case you don't know, Anna is one of the biggest Destiny crackheads that I know.
It's so bad.
She is what I would consider a professional Destiny player.
Oh my
She
God.
knows all the secrets. She knows all the missions to find the secrets. She's collected all the secrets. I mean, if you have any questions about Destiny, send them to @Febzilla on Twitter because she will have an answer for you and
Seriously?
probably pictures to support it.
Probably.
So,
Yep.
yeah, well, anyways, the multiplayer, we'll just real quick on it. Again, the arena is great. That's going to be the competitive esports side. That's your traditional 4v4, Team Slayer, CTF. Strongholds is a really fun mode. A new mode in the arena is Breakout, and this is those 4-on-4 kind of Gears of War Warzone style matches where you don't respawn. Once you're dead, you're dead. You got to wait till the next round. Those are a blast. I mean, you want to talk about getting the competitive juices flowing. There's nothing better when it's 2-1 and you're the one and you end up killing the two guys, or you grab the flag and run it across to just a quick end the match. I mean, I've had a couple matches in Breakout where it's like, yeah, we fucking did it at the end because you know you go down 3-0 and then you come back and win 4 in a row. It gives you that competitive feeling. I mean, almost like it is a real sport.
Yeah.
So I'm digging it. Plus, there's so many damn maps. I haven't even seen half the maps yet. There's supposed to be, I believe, 21 at
Jeez.
launch with another 18 to come throughout the next year.
They're not doing, I mean, I don't think they are, but they didn't say they're doing a season pass kind of thing. I don't think Halo
No, all
was
maps
ever...
are free.
Okay.
All maps are free, which is
Gotcha.
fantastic. Like I said, I mean, I in the review, I kind of made the point, listen, it's very clear where 343 put their focus in Halo 5. It's on the multiplayer.
Yeah.
They want this to be the next esports king. I mean, they want it to be in the circuits. They want its own circuit. They want Halo 5 to be a professional gamer's destiny, if you will. So they definitely shifted most of their resources there. And it shows in the campaign, but it also shows in the multiplayer because it is... No connection issues so far, which is a relief considering the Master Chief Collection debacle from last year.
I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson.
Oh,
They were
God.
like,
I mean,
let's not have that happen
I bet
again.
Microsoft just gave them like an extra $20 million in their budget, said, don't fuck this up. Here's the money. We'll turn on 10,000 servers for you. Just make sure you don't fuck this up, please. Because if you do, you're probably going to kill the Halo brand.
Oh my God.
But I mean,
yeah.
the multiplayer is just as technically sound as a campaign. I mean, it's 1080p, 60 FPS. I haven't had any connection lags. I haven't had any problems getting match made in the games. It's beautiful. But what I want to touch on are the two new aspects, which is Warzone and the Req system. Warzone, first off, is great for people like me, which is essentially for people that suck at Halo multiplayer, or maybe just don't care about getting super competitive and just want to go in and fart around and shoot guns and look at all the pretty scenery. Warzone is a mix of PvP and PvE, so it's 12v12, but you also have random AI encounters, so it's almost like you're playing a Destiny patrol, except the other people trying to kill the AI encounters also want to kill you. So it's a little different. You're not working together to kill the AI.
Yeah.
There's actually strategy in that because you can go in and be like, hey, let's let these assholes whittle down this AI boss's armor, and then we'll run in and kill them and get the points. Because Warzone is won based on points. First team to 1,000 wins. You get points by killing AI enemies, human enemies, capturing points, or you can just end the game completely if you capture all points and then blow up the enemy team's core. So there's always something for you to do to contribute. Like me, I'll just go around and try to capture points. And while I do that, if I see an AI encounter pop up, I'll go over there and try to get, 25, 50, 150 points added to my team's score. So it's not like I'm all self-conscious, like, fuck, my kill-to-death ratio was, I had 2 kills and 20 deaths. I'm last in the leaderboard here. No, you don't have to kill people, and you can still place at the top of your team in Warzone, which is why I appreciate it. So it's definitely a mode that's a little more open to people. But it's very team-oriented, so if you like playing with friends or, doing strategies, it's fantastic. So, and I recommend if you can get away from Destiny. I know Zer's in town tonight.
Well, he's not selling anything that I don't care, so...
Well,
I'm good.
I'm sure you've already done your weekly Nightfall. I'm sure you've already done your weekly Heroic. Oh, look at that.
But we did the strike yesterday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But it's definitely worth checking out the Warzone. If you're someone that's always been intimidated of Halo's more competitive multiplayer, Warzone is definitely for you. And this is where the Req system plays into. So the Req system, in my opinion, is fantastic. I actually just wrote an editorial today saying that the Req system actually makes Halo's multiplayer even more addictive than it already has been. I mean, like we said earlier, a lot of people just play Halo for the multiplayer because it is addictive. But this Req system, I know some people probably rolled their eyes when they saw that you could actually buy the Req packs with real money. But if you can put that out of your brain and just appreciate the Req system for what it is, it's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic, and it motivates me, just like Destiny recently has motivated me to come back and play a little bit each day. Because, long story short, the Req system, you earn Req points by playing Arena or Warzone multiplayer matches. You have 3 tiers of Req packs. You have a bronze tier, which is cheap. You have a silver tier, which is like 5,000. And you have the gold tier, which is 10,000. Each pack, when opened, holds a random amount of Req cards. Req cards can be permanent items like helmets, which there are 175 helmets. There's 175 armor sets. There's 53 visors. So all this stuff you unlock now through the Req system, not through your skill, which I appreciate. Before in Halo games, right, if you wanted to get the Hayabusa armor, you would have to be like a fucking level 50 in multiplayer, which took forever for someone like me that wasn't that good. So now, as long as I play each night and earn my Req points, I know once I get 10,000, I can unlock a gold pack, and I'm guaranteed to get some sort of cosmetic item, or maybe now a skin for my gun. You can actually get different varieties of guns. I've got an SMG that has a sniper scope on it.
Nice.
So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, people. So yeah, I love the Req system. You don't need to spend real money on it. I mean, unless you're impatient, there's no need to spend money on this. You can get 10,000 Req points a night. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on your skill and the type of matches you play.
So Halo 5 has microtransactions as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yep. Yeah, the gold pack is $2.99, silver I think is $99, and bronze is 99. Silver $1.99, bronze I think is 99 cents.
Wow.
So you'll appreciate this, but when you open one of these Req packs, it's the same feeling of excitement as turning in an engram to shithead at the tower.
The Cryptart.
Yeah.
Cryptart.
You know what I'm saying though. Like you find one in match, you're like, sweet. Hopefully it's gonna be something I need, and then you go and you're like, fuck, it's not. Same thing with the Req packs, except you will never get a duplicate of an owned. So nice. If you have a permanent item, you will not get a duplicate.
That's so nice, because there's nothing worse than turning in an engram, an exotic or a legendary, and it's the same stupid thing you already have.
Speaking of that, fucking side tangent here. I buy last week from Zer the exotic engram.
Yeah.
I turn it in, and it's for the fucking hunter class.
Yep.
Wasn't that shit supposed to be fixed?
No.
Oh,
It's random. Like, yeah, if you can still get an engram from him, and it could be for a random class, and it could be and the same thing can happen when you use your 3 a coin. Like, you'll get an exotic, but it could be for a specific
that
class.
dirty motherfucker.
Yup. It's the
But
joy.
anyways, back to the Req system. I know when I cash in my hard-earned 10,000 Req points, I'm going to get something that I don't have. And
That's
that, to
nice.
me, is why I find it to be so addictive and why I'm wanting to play Halo 5 multiplayer on a nightly basis, even though sometimes it's not that fun to me when I'm just getting murdered
Do
respawn
you
after respawn.
so the weapons that you get, are there any additional perks, or is it just one thing
Yeah,
per?
they typically have different attachments,
Okay.
and you can't use those weapons in the arena. They're only in Warzone, and in Warzone
Mhm.
you can only use them once you hit a certain rec level in match, which
Mm,
is nice because let's say you have, someone that's been playing a ton, they've unlocked a bunch of heavy weapons and vehicles, and right when a Warzone match starts, they roll out with a fucking Scorpion and 10 Spartan lasers. I mean, it would suck.
yeah.
So you actually have to build up your rec level in the game, which will unlock your, stuff you've already
Yeah.
earned. Let's say, like a Scorpion, it's probably a rec level 6. So if I have Scorpion cards, I can't use them in Warzone until I personally hit rec level 6, and then I can bust them out.
Got
Which
it.
is the same with the different weapons you can get. So like if I to use my SMG with a sniper scope on it, it's a level 6, so I have to get there before I can equip it. So it's just cool. I mean, it's always good to know that your work is not in vain, and you're probably going to get something that you didn't have. So that's why I appreciate it. That's why I mean
Yeah.
I dig Halo 5's multiplayer. I think it's going to have some legs. I definitely think the competitive aspect is going to take off, and hopefully it will, reach the MLGs and all the other pro circuits out there because it's fun. I mean, it's a good time, especially Warzone. Again, if you're not a hardcore multiplayer player.
Yeah, I'll probably get to some multiplayer at some point
Yeah, you
today.
got to dabble in it a little bit. There's
Yeah.
probably a few easy achievements to get in there for like changing your emblem and shit
Yeah.
like
I
that.
saw
So
that. I was like, ooh, I can get that one, that one, that
yeah,
one,
yeah,
that one.
you get the low hanging fruit cheeves on that.
Yeah. And then it's, when it's like kill however many doing this or whatever, I'm like, nah, I don't have time for that. I don't.
I know
Mm.
I'm getting old now because I'm sitting here. I'm like I don't even think I'm gonna play Halo on Legendary Solo, and I've beat every other Halo Legendary Solo.
What?
I don't know. I just especially
Can't.
because it's that time of year when a bunch of games are
Yeah,
coming
that's
out to
true. It
review,
is the
but
holiday season.
I don't know. So I think that's it, Anna. I think we've
Hmm.
kind of had our little Halo 5 powwow. It was a good one.
Yeah.
We brought up some positives, some negatives. Although I wouldn't even call them ultra negative. I mean, it's
No.
Halo after all. It's not like I'm angry at the game. I did
Right.
enjoy it. I did run through it super fast to see what happens, and I am continually playing it. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I've got all sorts of shit for you to read on entertainmentboo.com. We got a review. I've got editorials on the Req system, the first 3 missions. I've got videos of all the missions. I've got videos of all the cutscenes. All you got to do is hit up entertainmentboo.com and search around for Halo 5 stuff, and you will surely find something that will entertain you. So I think we're gonna wrap this bad boy up and get ready to hit up the bar. I know Anna's probably gonna get ready to strap on her Guardian shoes and enter the world of Destiny for the evening with her hubby. So, any
No, I need to finish Halo, and
gotcha.
then
All
I'll
right.
get back to it.
I know for a fact I will see you on Destiny probably around 10:30 when I get back from B Dubs.
Probably.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to plug real quick before we kill this thing?
Um, just check it out if you haven't. Like, don't listen to what people are saying about the ending. It's still a fun game. Definitely check it out. Multiplayer definitely sounds like it's a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to, but I'm going to. So yeah, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Fabzilla. Uh, And that's pretty much it. Follow
Remember,
the site.
if you have Destiny questions,
Yeah.
at Febzilla, she will know better than at Ent Buddha or at Matt R. Haywood. There's no doubt in my mind.
If you want to go through the raid, I'm always down.
This girl has studied this game inside and out. She knows everything.
I have more exotic items, like more exotic things for year 2 than I ever did for year 1. And that says a lot.
Yeah, no, you really are very knowledgeable in that aspect. I just get depressed every time I read your text or your Skypes because I'm like, fuck.
It's like,
My guns suck. My armor sucks. My light sucks.
Nah, we can work on that. I'm always telling you, we can work on that.
It is sad. I mean, I enjoy Destiny now. I've come out and said that multiple times, and I'd love to go back. I'm having too much fun with Halo, and I've got other games to check out. I mean, I'm playing Tomb Raider right now, and that's been fun. So. Oh well.
Can't wait for that to come out.
I know I'm sure everyone feels so bad for me playing these games early. I know I'm such an asswipe. So, all right, people. Well, it's been a blast as always. Hopefully, you enjoyed our discussion on Halo 5 Guardians. You definitely should check it out if you're a fan of the franchise. It's not a turd. I mean, it got a 90 out of 100 from me, so it's no stinker. It's just I'm used to giving Halo games perfect scores, let's be honest. So it was a little shocking for me, but it is what it is. So enjoy whenever you're listening to this. Enjoy the next day. Enjoy that night. Enjoy your friends and family. And enjoy being a geek, people, because that's what we like to do over at entertainmentbuddha.com. And you know what? If you check it out, maybe you'll become a better geek one post at a time. How about that? Bye for now.